What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time for another Top 10 Countdown right here on the main channel, and as requested by many people over the past 6 months or so especially, I'm finally going to be doing a Top 10 for a rapper. Today we're going to be looking at the Compton, California born Kendrick Lamar, also known as Kung Fu Kenny, K-Dot, many other nicknames, and he's had so many hits over the years, rose to prominence with 2012's album Good Kid, M.A.A.D City, my personal favorite from him, but he rose to even further critical acclaim with To Pimp a Butterfly in 2015, and furthered that even more in his commercial successes with 2017's Damn. He's done soundtracks like the Black Panther album, he's done mixtapes, he's done a lot of different things, and I also think that he's done a lot of good things for the world of rap and hip-hop music. He brings a conscious edge to it, and he manages to kind of bring an array of different styles into his music. Everything from jazz to older styles of music, a little bit of alternative in there as well. There's just a lot of flair that Kendrick has that so many other MCs do not have. The list that you'll be seeing today is obviously just my personal list, my personal top 10 favorite Kendrick songs, so let me know what you think of the list in the comment section down below, and also feel free to drop a comment with your top 10 Kendrick Lamar songs. Without further ado, please drop a like on the video, consider supporting me on Patreon at the top link down below to help videos like this keep coming each and every week on the channel, and here's my number 10 pick.
Everybody else basic, you live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice, poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy. It's blood in my pen.
Kendrick Lamar and Drake vibing out on a track together? Yeah, sign me up, please. This is a cut from 2012's Good Kid, M.A.A.D City, and is a very chill song, and I do feel like this is one of the tracks that made Kendrick Lamar a household name. He was starting to get some hits in 2012, 2013, a couple of remixes, and this song with Drake actually started to take off for him. Now, Drake obviously was just as big of a juggernaut in the industry in 2012 as he is in 2018. He's still scoring huge hits to this day, and I think that that helped further the song's success, but it's a great song in its own right. Kendrick Lamar sounds fantastic on this one, and I love the spaced out vocals that really just loop throughout. The sample and just the way that Kendrick comes in, they mesh together perfectly, the chorus sticks in your brain instantly, and then Drake actually comes through with a really solid verse, one of my favorite guest verses from him ever.
How much a dollar really costs? The question is detrimental, paralyzing my thoughts. Parasites in my stomach keep me with a gut feeling, y'all. Gotta see how I'm chilling once I park this luxury car. Hopping out feeling big as Mutombo. 20 on pump 6, 30 Marcellus called me Dumbo. 20 years ago, can't forget. Now I can lend them an ear or two. How to stack these residuals tenfold.
Throughout this top 10, you're gonna hear me say several different times that I do feel like Kendrick is a natural storyteller. He has a gift for really making you care about what's going on. And on this cut from To Pimp a Butterfly in 2015, we have How Much a Dollar Cost at number 9 on my list. How Much a Dollar Cost is a crucial cut in the LP, as throughout this album he's talked about the evils of Lucy, aka like Lucifer, and the devil, and the struggles, the temptations that we face in life, and the struggles that he's gone through in his own life. And here he talks about somebody who is disguised as a homeless man, and they're begging for $1. They want change on the street. Kendrick initially denies him that $1 and gets in a conversation with him. And I love how this plays out because he covers multiple perspectives, and at the end of the track, he actually realizes that he's been talking to the Son of God, as he says, aka Jesus Christ. And he realizes and learns a lesson here that it's not always about appearances. And this is just kind of a weird moment here because initially it struck me as something where I didn't know what the song was about. But the more I listened and looked up other people's perspective on the track, the more I came to understand and appreciate this moment. And I love the instrumentation on here, the brass on the track, and just the way that it kind of keeps you in suspense. There's a little bit of looming bass, and it's not your typical just straightforward banger by any sense of the word. It's just a story that's being told, and it's very important. This was actually President Obama's favorite song of 2015, so if that says anything right there, it's a wise cut and one that should be studied and appreciated.
We speeding on the 405 passing Westchester. You know the light-skinned girls and all the little dresses, good lord. They knew we weren't from around there, cause every time we down there, we pulling out the Boost Mobile SIM cards. Bougie bitches with no extensions, hood niggas with bad intentions, the perfect combination.
Storytelling rears its head once again on The Art of Peer Pressure, my number 8 choice. Good Kid, M.A.A.D City as an album really shared a lot of insight into Kendrick's life as a young person, as a part of the youth in Compton, California, seeing gang activity, drugs, everything like that. And this one right here talks about home invasion, doing something that you know you shouldn't do, and he talks about how he sees himself changing, doing these things that he really didn't do before. And the song starts off in more of an upbeat manner, it's a little bit loose, and then it changes into this dark atmosphere at about a minute and a half in. As the song progresses, we start to get this storytelling arc as Kendrick talks about the plans, riding around, just scoping the joint out, and then they know what they're gonna steal, what they're gonna take. It's me and the homies riding around getting high and planning what they're gonna do with this robbery. As he tells about this fateful night, we have this dark, ominous production, and I love the way that it really just takes you in and makes you focus on Kendrick Lamar as an MC. It ends up that they get away, but still, it was a close call with the cops, and I think that Kendrick actually learned a lot on this track, and as he tells this story, I love to see the reflection, really from any artist, as they can see their past and then grow from it.
Shut your fucking mouth and get some cash, you bitch. You be in your feelings, I be in my bag, you bitch. Santa reindeer, better have some ass, you bitch. Everything I'm working gotta be the levitate, 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 levitate.
I swear I didn't plan this, but coming in at number 7 is Untitled 07 from the Untitled Unmastered sessions that came out in 2016. This, along with Untitled 05, are my favorites, but if you want to see Untitled 05, it is in the honorable mentions. Now, this song is commonly known as Levitate, as it's repeated several times in the track. The whole levitate, 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 that part, yeah, that's why it's called that. I feel like this song is a little bit overlooked and underappreciated. Maybe that's because it comes on Untitled Unmastered, and maybe a lot of people just didn't feel the need to check out that album, but there are a lot of great songs here. And the reason why I like this one is because it has such a shaky flow almost from Kendrick, and it sees him almost straining his voice, putting out a different side of himself that we really don't get to see all that much, and the way that he comes through and just says like, you bitch? That was a horrible impression, but you heard from the preview that we played before this that you can tell that Kendrick actually kills it on this. I love this song, it's short, quick, to the point, and I love the way that he vents his thoughts here in kind of a furious but still laid back and almost jazzy way.
Damn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud 9 and this 9 is never on vacation. Start up that Maserati and vroom, vroom, I'm racing. Popping pills in the lobby and I pray they don't find her naked. And I pray you niggas is hating. Shooters go after Judas. Jesus Christ, if I live life on my knees, ain't no need to do this.
Number 6, Backseat Freestyle off of Good Kid, M.A.A.D City once again. This is a track that sees him going off, asserting his dominance, and it just really is somebody banging on their chest and saying, come at me. You know, he's making all of these really braggadocious claims, and honestly, I'm inclined to believe him when he's as convincing as he is on this track. His flow is impeccable. I love the sense of dominance that he asserts all throughout this song. It really never wavers, and the beat is just punishing in the best way. It really gets down there with those tapping drums that go all throughout, a strong sense of vibrato all throughout, just a great song that you can really cut loose to, and it really amps you up for any situation. Kendrick at his best.
Took a sip, then another.
First song that I heard from Kendrick Lamar. At number 5, we have Swimming Pools. This one has a glossy coat of paint on it, very clean production. I love that aspect of the song, but I also really like Kendrick's perspective here. He's talking about alcohol and battling alcoholism. He's seen it run in his family. He maybe doesn't want it to overcome him, but he has that devil sitting on his shoulder, a theme that he explored later on To Pimp a Butterfly. But here, the devil on the shoulder is saying, why are you just sitting here babysitting these drinks? Come on, throw some shots down, get fucked up, grab that pool of liquor, dive head first. It's hard to resist singing and rapping along to this track, but once you realize what you're actually saying back with him, it can be a bit disheartening because it's like, I hope he's okay. I hope that he's going to get past this situation, but the song is so fun in a very odd manner that it's irresistible. I love that fact. It's bright and dark at the same time.
Visions of Martin Luther staring at me. If I see it how he seen it, that will make my parents happy. Sorry mama, I can't turn the other cheek. They wanna knock me off the edge like a fucking widow's peak. And she always told me pray for the weak. Them demons got me, I ain't prayed in some weeks.
Number 4, High Power from Section 80, his debut album. Section 80 is referenced on this track, and it's talking about the fact that Ronald Reagan, the president in the 1980s, built up some lower income housing and just all of the chaos that that kind of caused for black communities and minorities in general. And on High Power, he presents this as a movement, High Power. It's called out as a chant, as a rally, as a battle cry, if you will. And this song is very catchy. It uses a couple of samples, including So Appalled by Kanye West from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and I love the way that that's used. It has some great guitars all throughout. The instrumental is so catchy and just has a towering vibe that makes you just drawn to the song all throughout. And then Kendrick, with the way that he's spitting and his flow on this one, he has so many important points that he wants to get across, and I feel like as this song continues going on, you don't even realize that you've been sitting there for like 4+ minutes. The song has a great captivating instrumental, it has great production work, and Kung Fu Kenny actually has so many bold statements to put out there, and the fact that he's rallying people up around him and just getting people ready for the rest of the album as well, because if you continue listening to Section 80, you're gonna hear the Ab-Soul outro, and that one is super impactful as well.
D-Wall can talk, they tell me to go deep. Yelling at me continuously, I can see your defense mechanism is my decision. Knock these walls down, that's my religion. Wall feeling like they ready to close in. I suffocate, then catch my second wind. I resonate in these walls. I don't know how long I can wait in these walls.
Get ready to sway, because number 3 is These Walls by Kendrick Lamar, also featuring vocals from Bilal, Anna Wise, and contributions from Thundercat. This is a great team of people really assembled, and you know Anna Wise has been long associated with Kendrick. She does great stuff for him. Her vocal presence is always welcome. And on this song here, Kendrick is singing about sex. These walls, if these walls could talk. It's talking about the walls closing in, contracting, all these other things. It's referring to a vagina, people. Now, I'll admit that I wanted to go a little bit deeper and say that maybe there was a different side of these lyrics that maybe was talking about him going insane or feeling closed in these walls, or it's a mental thing. No, it was pretty much confirmed that it is all about sex. It's a funked out jazz trip that is so much fun to listen to. It's just pleasant and resonates with the eardrums. Years later, I find myself going back to songs like this, Wesley's Theory, For Free, so many songs on To Pimp a Butterfly, but this one right now at least is my favorite song on the entire album.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though, ambition, flow inside my DNA.
At number 2, we have a banger in every sense of the word. It's the sole selection I have from Damn, the 2017 release. This one is called DNA. Now, in the past, I had seriously doubted the talent of Mike Will Made It, the producer that actually produced this track DNA, but after hearing Humble and DNA, I started to change my mindset and be a little bit more open-minded. Here he kills it on the production. The switch up on this track is just mind-blowing, and I love how aggressive this tune is as Kendrick talks about his DNA, his identity, and how somebody else is basically just less than because they have no backbone, they have no loyalty, they have no spine whatsoever. They're probably gonna snitch just like their daddy did, he raps on this one. The rapping is just flawless on this tune. I come back to it over and over and over again. It's one of those things that just gets the blood pumping, you get going, and you get hyped up to do something. I don't know, work out, go tend to your garden, whatever you need to do.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. Now, $8 might just fuck your main bitch, that's just how I feel.
This has been a long time coming. It's been building up. I've known that it's been at the #1 spot, but I was just waiting to really lock down this video and make sure that it was still there. And yes, it is. At #1, we of course have Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar featuring J-Rock. This track is one of my favorites of all time. The sample of Silver Soul by Beach House from Teen Dream is just marvelous. I love how gorgeously they are able to work this into the flow of the track. And then J-Rock's verse here, it's something that every single time this song comes on, you're gonna see me just spitting the bars right back along with it because I get that into his energy. Obviously, no shade to Kendrick here because this is his song. He kills it on every part of the track. The chorus is something that's gonna get stuck in your head. You're gonna get into the vibe of his verses and just the way that he's using "yeah bitch," that's just something that lures you in. It's like he's got a little lasso and he keeps pulling you back every time that you thought you were gonna zone out. He talks about how he sees himself in the industry, how he sees his come up, how he sees other people handling themselves, and how he just really handled his entire life. And this song is very ambitious in a way, but it's also kind of chill because we do have that sample beach house vibe. So as this song goes on and the older that it gets, the more I appreciate it and the more that I've learned from it, that samples are your friend. They can work in your advantage in a huge way because this song is truly one of the greatest. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my top 10 countdown today for Kendrick Lamar. Let me know what you thought of my list in the comment section down below. And of course, feel free to comment your list as well. I'll check out as many as I can and maybe reply to some of you guys as well. And if you're able to, please drop a like to show support. And obviously, if you would like to, you can sign up on my Patreon, the top link down below. It helps videos like this keep coming, and you can obviously get some cool perks in return. The direct link to my Patreon is right over here in the corner annotation. If you would like to see the last top 10 countdown, then tap right here, or another Kendrick Lamar video right over here. All of my social media accounts that you see floating here, those are linked in the description down below. Comment what other top 10s you'd like to see, and I'll see you soon on ARTV for more.